and welcome to Fans Traumas, Robots with These Guys, the podcast that makes sure it showers and applies plenty of deodorant before going to TFNation. I'm your regular traumatised host, Jay, and with me today are Ralph. Say hi, Ralph.
Hoi hoi.
Phil. Hey, Phil.
Hey up.
We are joined as ever by Dan. Give us a hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
And Matthew is with us. Say hi, Matthew.
Hello.
And bringing up the bottom of the register, the naughty kid who has been missing most of his lessons, but is here today to make up for it in detention. It's Will. Say hi, Will.
You're going to regret this.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, this is really exciting. Today's episode is going to be a really short one because we are gearing up to the fantastic TFNation 2026 in Birmingham. We're very excited for it. This also marks an anniversary because our first podcast was about TFNation. So our next one, where we talk about how great this year's one is, will be our anniversary episode. So for this one, we wanted to keep it light, keep it quick. We're not going to go through the news. We're just going to go straight into our episode. We're going to be talking about Transformers crossovers. The constant thing of saying, hey, you remember this? You liked it? It was great. Remember this other thing? You liked that too? Well, together they must be better. So we're going to be talking about how Transformers have handled crossovers we love, and crossovers we'd like to see. But first off, I am giddy with excitement. I am bubbling and babbling and really, really thrilled about this because TFNation is around the corner. It is literally, at the time of recording, it is literally a week away. And then we'll be driving up to Birmingham to go and have a fantastic time. So guys, going around the room, we are not all of us going. So Will, your punishment is you have to sit through this.
That's fine.
But the rest of us are going to talk about the one thing we are looking forward to doing or seeing at TFN and one pickup that we're hoping to look for. So, Dan, I'm going to get you to open us up. What thing on the schedule so far or the thing at TFN are you most looking forward to?
Well, of course, Jay, the thing I'm most looking forward to is meeting all of our wonderful, amazing fans. Sorry, did I say fans? I meant fan, singular.
Dan, you stole my thunder. My God.
I don't think my wife's coming. I'm not sure if she's going to be there. No, actually, it is going to be nice to speak to people who may have heard of us. And I'm really hoping I speak to somebody who goes, oh, yeah, I listened to like 5 minutes and then just like turned it off. But I will. But seriously, we're going to be there repping the podcast. Dan, are you going to be our spokesperson for the weekend?
Fuck no. I can't speak to people.
Jay, you're clearly our face man.
In relation,
I will be hidden behind one of the other podcast members for most of it.
in relation to your intro, though, if you're there for more than one day, which you are, and I'm not, we've only got one T-shirt each. So, what, you're just going to get the T-shirt get stinky across the 3 days you're there? Is that your plan, is it?
Yeah, then we sell
the
them
intro,
at the
it
auction.
didn't seem like that was going to be the plan.
Is this the kind of
A silent
convention where
auction.
people will notice?
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. A Fans Traumas auction for our sweating in Fans Traumas shirt. We'll sign them for you as well. No, the plan is, at the moment, you will find us very easily on Saturday because we will all be having our amazing, designed by Phil, Fans Traumas t-shirts on. Yep. And if we can work out enough and get our muscles pumped up, the QR code on our shoulders will stretch out enough that you can actually scan it. We will be there. You'll be able to find us by our t-shirts and by our badges too, also designed by the amazing Phil. So we will be there repping the podcast on Saturday, but we will be present throughout the weekend. Looking forward to it. Oh, yeah. So apart from meeting our fans and basking in the glory, Dan, is there anything else that you're particularly looking forward to?
Just having a good time, really. The panels actually look decent. I was a bit worried, but I think if I had to pick one, it's the making of the Unicron HasLab toy. I love a bit of kind of engineering stuff, so I'm very interested in kind of seeing all the stories that went into making that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, Matthew, it will be your first TFN. You're coming up for 1 day only.
Yes.
Are you planning to go to any of the panels?
I don't know. I'm kind of overwhelmed a little bit with the rest of life at the minute, so I haven't really had proper time to figure a lot of this out. But if there's things I can go to, that Unicron thing does sound pretty cool. I don't have a lot of experience of sort of conventions, really. I think I've been to like 2 Comic-Cons in my life, and they've pretty much been with a friend who looks after me, because it's not difficult to get me overwhelmed. And also, apparently at Comic-Con I got very tired and grumpy, according to my friends. I think I was a beacon of joy, but apparently I was a little overtired. So I hope that won't happen this time. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. Like I've not done something like this for a long time. I think it'll be cool. I need to have a proper sort of delve into what is going to be available to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm very much very new to all of this.
Just as a forewarning, considering you're being in my car, should I be packing a dummy to calm you down or a trank gun? So which level are we looking at?
Somewhere between the two.
Tell you what, let's leave the surprise.
Well, now I'm less excited and more scared.
Take it from experience, Matt. It is possible to get overtired at TFNation, especially when you've done like a whole weekend. You then do things stupidly like steal products off of guests and run away with it and get chased by their partner/handler. So we will look after you. We will guide you where you need to go. We will monitor your blood sugar levels for you, and we'll make sure that you don't get too overwhelmed. But what I will say is that I've been to Comic-Cons, I've been to memorabilia at Birmingham, I've been to other events like this. TFNation is the one where I felt most comfortable, most able to just find a space and occupy that space and not feel like I was being herded somewhere or pressured into something. They even have, look, if you guys don't fancy queuing on Saturday morning, come hang out with us. We've got stuff going on in the schedule as well. So there's none of that sort of like, buy, do this now. And also your ticket price, that's the ticket price. So like if you want to go and see somebody, get an autograph, you want to sit in a panel and listen, or you just want to go and chill out somewhere, all of that is covered in the ticket price. So yeah, again, that pressure is very much eased off for TFNation. Yeah, you get to experience it for the first time. I'm quite jealous. It is also a requirement. If it's your first TFNation, you have to kick Dan.
I
This
missed
Dan
that.
or just a random Dan? Just anyone called Dan?
Our Dan. It's
No,
like
anyone
TFN...
called Dan. Just throw it over here. Is
Do you
anybody
alternate the
in the
shins
cellar still
like
called Dan?
a left
Just
one
because
year.
you assault me once per TFNation, Jay, doesn't mean you can get everyone else to do it.
I've assaulted you
I
biologically.
Oh God, what?
Yeah. I've
There's a
I've
word
kicked
for that.
down.
Yeah,
And,
I'm pretty sure there's a worse word for that.
Affection.
And I have infected him as well, which is we got COVID one TFN.
Please say no more. We'll just leave it at that.
And yet a good
I can't believe
time
we're getting
was had by all.
cancelled.
I can't believe anybody cares enough to cancel us.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you've made it. You get
Dan might.
cancelled.
Okay, Ralph, you're coming up for the day with Matthew.
Hey, I'll be-
What
Yeah,
is
there on the
compelling
Sunday.
you to come and join us on Sunday?
It's probably not the same people, but there are people there that I will want to see. I mean, I've done my usual and ordered a couple of t-shirts off Lucan. Well, funny enough, shirts, not t-shirts.
Nice.
But there are a couple of people there that I will be glad to see. I don't do signings. I don't do any of that. I'm just not that kind of person. I never have been. And there's bits around TFN that I really like. There's a lovely little cafe in the shopping centre behind it, which is where I get my cups of tea. It's a bit of a walk, but I don't care. But yeah, there's other stuff, and I will probably drag Matthew around a car boot on the way because I like them.
Sounds good to me.
It's a different experience for me. It's not just all. I probably won't do any of the panels. I tried it last year, just couldn't be bothered. And I'm not even looking for anything specific. My biggest interest will be any 3D stalls. Funbee will probably be there again, I guess.
Yep.
That tends to be my biggest interest is seeing what people, and as I say, and I'm going to stop in a minute. as I've mentioned on TFW before, is to see whether finally one of the 3D printers has actually started printing out spares for G1 models instead of endless chibbly rubbish. So there you go, that's what I would do.
If you're looking for G1 parts, I can put you in touch with friends of the podcast, Shins of the Wreckers. You've probably seen them on TFW as well.
Yeah,
but, yeah, excellent. I'm actually I'm looking forward to picking up some stuff off them at TFN. Phil.
Yeah.
What is the siren call of the schedule for you?
I'm looking at it actually. Jeff Senior is going to be there this year. He of Target 2006 fame. You guys know that, so that's one of my favourite stories from the sort of G1 run. And yeah, they got a session. Looks like it's been run by James Roberts along with Simon Furman. So great trifecta of guys there talking about one of my most beloved stories from back in the day. So,
awesome.
Yeah, very happy about that.
Absolute solid foundation of the convention. Simon Furman, James Roberts, Jeff. Well, Jeff Senior's new, isn't he?
He wasn't
have
there
seen him
last
before.
year. No, he's not been.
No,
he's not been
absolutely
since I've been there.
top-notch
so
artist.
very excited about that.
Yeah. Are you going to take anything for him to sign?
I haven't considered that actually. I'm not really, again, like Ralph, I'm not really a signy person. Although I
Will
did
you be taking your top off again? You're going to take your top off again, aren't you?
I mean, look,
We're
I've
a
already
little bit
got
sick
like,
of it. We've seen
you
it
know,
before.
Simon signed the right one, and Andy Wildman the left one. So
And then
I mean,
you
there's
just
only
get a
one more
tattoo
place,
artist
I
to
guess.
go over them. It's easy, isn't it?
That was fine.
Surely we all do whatever Simon says.
Oh, God. Matthew, did you actually say that with words? That was appalling.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. That's cool. That those comic artists, they're legends in the field.
Absolutely.
And honestly, you could listen to people like Simon Furman talk forever. They're so entertaining to listen to. I'm looking forward to Chris Carter's panel on animation styles and how the different animations were done. Because he's going to cover like different ways that each show has been sort of put together and animated, and that's going to be really interesting because I love that kind of technical stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
But also, seeing people, hanging out with people, repping the podcast. Oh, should I use that phrase? I don't know. We're becoming a brand, and it's worrying me. But yeah,
can we put TFN down as a business expense?
Yeah, only if we make any money. That's the thing. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. We'll see if we can write off a 19 quid fish finger sandwich.
Keep your receipt.
Luxury.
Did I see something about Chris McFeely as well?
He is definitely going to be there. He is running his Matrix test on the Friday now, which is designed to make Transformers fans cry. He is also doing a couple of panels as well, isn't he?
That's someone I think is awesome.
Do you watch the basics?
I do. I'm wondering if we could ask him, like, how big do we need to get before we can go, and those are the basics on fans' traumas?
I don't think we'll ever be quite allowed to do that. And apologies in advance. I might have to just cut that whole thing for copyright reasons. Otherwise, we'll just get a strike on YouTube.
I was going to say you could just make your own if Matthew can do an impression like that.
But yeah, McFeely's really fun. I'm hoping to speak to him and get him to do my voicemail. Like, Jay can't come to the phone right now because he's been offlined by a cosmically powered Starscream or something like that, which was a frequent part of the basics. Will, are we talking about this in a way that's making you wish you were coming?
I mean, obviously I wish I was coming, but I cannot this year for the first time since I've actually known you lot. But I'm looking forward to you all having a nice time.
Oh,
sweet.
And I hope
take a picture in the Vietnamese restaurant and send it to you.
Yes, please, for the food envy. And I hope at least one of you crouches down in the dealer room.
There it is.
We'll take a picture of us all crouching down together with a disgusted look on our faces.
Yes, with part of an anatomy just out of shot.
Mr. Senior, this is going to be a weird request, but could you stand here while we crouch down? Is that right? Mr. Furman
I
on that
usually
side.
only do this for my OnlyFans.
Make it a feature, like when Winnie the Pooh's stuck in the wall. All of us posing around it.
There's a couple of chats going on various social media for like TFN newbies, things to look out for. People are doing do's and don'ts on YouTube and all that sort of thing. And I shared your story, Will, about rummaging in a box and then getting a mouthful of flatulence from the person standing next to you.
Yeah.
And the horror and the disgust was universal.
Yeah, that was in a sweaty, humid, COVID face mask era room where the smell just seemed to get trapped inside my face mask for longer.
Oh my God.
And I stood up and I walked off.
Yeah, and you survived.
I did.
That's the important bit.
I did, and it serves as a lesson to everyone.
Of course, the big thing this weekend is the the TFNation weekend is the Vince DiCola concert, which hardly any of us are going to. You're going, aren't you, Phil?
Just this guy. Just me. I'm just going to have my own little silent disco. It'll be fine. Just me and Vince hanging out.
We'll just get you to hold up your phone and we'll just WhatsApp chat to you and we'll just listen to the concert through our phones.
I'm sure that would be worse than literally any other way you could listen to his music.
It's going to be something spectacular. I'm slightly miffed, and I have to say this, because I'm not going. I didn't plan to go, and then they've truncated like a big chunk of Saturday, and they've shifted stuff around from Saturday to Friday and to Sunday to make room for the concert. Totally get that, but also it's like I've just paid the same ticket price for a shorter club con. I'm not sure I'm 100% happy with that, but I'd understand why. I do get it. It's fine, and I hope you have a really good time, Phil.
Hey, I'm bound to.
It's going to be awesome. Okay, cool. So, pickups. What are we hoping to pick up at TFNation? Have we got any grails going on? Matthew, you get a chance to look at tables that range literally from 1984 to the present day with everything in between. What are you going to be looking for in your one-day rush around the dealer room?
This feels really dangerous. So I know at the minute I'm still looking to pick up a couple of the primes. I know I'm missing Nova, not Nova, Nexus and Liege and Sentinel. Mm-hmm. So I will be looking out for those, hoping that they are sort of cheaper than I might find them elsewhere. We'll see. And I think, I don't know, because I'm still in this weird space with all of my collection, but I think anything kind of Armada-based I'll be keeping an eye for. Minicons, always a little bit now. I don't know, I'm refining my collection, so we'll see. It may well just be a case of something that really catches my eye, and I kind of go, oh, that's going to fit in with whatever I've got here. It would be a go-to. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure. I look forward to kind of being surprised.
Do you like to dumpster dive, Matt? This is the question. Do you like a little rake around the big?
I'm more than absolutely. I mean, I've been buying Bionicle for years. Like that is 100% a case of like digging for what I'm looking for, probably never finding it. I will say as well, the other thing I know I will probably look out for is little random blockies that are missing from my collection, because that's kind of been my main one these days. So I don't know. Like I really, really, like I say, I'm very much in the space of I don't know what to expect, and I'm quite excited to be in that position.
Yeah, I think you're going to really enjoy it. I think, like you said, it is going to be potentially a little bit dangerous, but yeah, there are plenty of bargain bins with mini cons and micromasters and all kinds of bits in that are going to be fantastic. Dan, are you homing in on a single pickup this year?
Not like I've got a few things on my list as normal, but I'm going to actually do a little self-imposed challenge this event as well, and do what I'm going to call the fish finger challenge.
Okay.
So I'm going to see how many robots I can pick up for the price of a Hilton fish finger sandwich, which is £19. So I'm hoping I'll find a lot of cool little kind of scalp size figures, bots, like loads of little stuff that normally I'd overlook. And hopefully kind of find some just cheap hidden gems doing that. But yeah, other than that, normal bollocks really.
Are you going to be swinging by Primetime Toys? I've seen that they're going to be having some sort of imports, some Korean imports in.
Yeah, I don't know if they're selling them or just displaying them.
Pre-ordering some.
Yeah. They had that. They had the 2-pack of, was it Rex Kaiser and the other one, which looked interesting, but I don't know. Mainly, I'm looking at card bots from that kind of era, and I don't know if I want to branch out even further at the moment. We'll see. They've definitely got card bots there to look at.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got them in stock to actually sell.
Not yet.
Oh,
no.
are they just sort of gauging interest then at
Yeah.
this point still?
I mean, if I see card bots, I'll probably buy them, but...
I've spent the last 6 months actually getting Carbots and Mini Force and Dino Force and whatever else is completely confused. I assumed it was one thing, just different teams, and apparently that's wrong. So I will be educating myself there as well. Ralph, you already told us you're looking for the 3D printed stuff.
Well, actually,
also...
I'm doing the same challenge. I'm also doing the fish finger challenge, but what I'm going to do is to try and find as many bots as I possibly can that smell like a Hilton fish finger sandwich. So it's exactly the same challenge, just from a slightly different angle.
I'm glad you
So,
went there.
Ralph's going to sat the bar with a huge plate of fish fingers and a huge pile of balls, just smashing them in.
Like a fish finger sandwich.
Yeah, precisely. I will be seduced by anything that adds to my pit scenario. I've already ordered a 3D printed thing that I'll probably never get off my guy. But yeah, I'll be seduced by anything pit related. My head could be turned by Combiner Wars, which I need to speak to Will about, really. But no, nothing really. Sorry. The only other thing I can think of is that I ordered Guitar Prime, as I like to call him. I think Dan knows the actual name.
Yes.
And it's never arrived. It was due February, wasn't it? And they've never had it. So I must get around to actually cancelling that with them, and that will be my possible one big pickup of Sunday if I find it, and if I decide it's worth the money that they want for it, even if it's just full price, because it's still bloody expensive. So that might be my pickup if I decide that I want to spend that much on it once I've cancelled it from Kapow, which I still haven't done.
Well, budgeting's important, and you've got to get the things that you like as well. Phil, what will you be looking for at TFNation?
Potential grails. I picked up a couple of cloud figures this year. So, there's always that elusive Cloud Rodimus out there. I know he goes for ridiculous but that's, it would be even nice just to see him in the flesh. It's less plastic. But yeah, I never really go in there with like a major list of things. I just like the surprise. No big grails for me.
Isn't that dangerous, though, from a budgeting perspective?
Always. But I think I'm quite... I think I've become, especially with, the rising prices, all of that lot, I've been quite picky and quite choosy about what I would just,
I think it's the other way. If sorry to butt in, but I think it's the other way. I think if you go in somewhere wanting a particular thing, you're probably prepared to pay for it for quite a lot of money. But if you go in somewhere and you don't have a dedicated target, I think it's going to have to push you more to pay for it. You're going to have to think, well, I didn't come for that. Is it worth that? Do I want to pay that? I think it's cheaper to go in there without targets. If you go in with targets, you're going to pay more for them.
Yeah. And I think I'm a little bit more prepared than I have previous years, just in terms of looking what's out there. And I think I've also done quite well over the past couple of years in actually sort of sweeping up those, I completely forgot about that figure. He's really cool. Money spent. So, I don't know. Who knows? I might just get absolutely hammered. But that's part of the chaos, part of the joy.
I'm looking forward to you buying 2 Repugnus or 2 Grotesques again, or whatever it was this time. And haggling with the guy from Japan over your last penny as well.
That was great.
That was really cool.
I love that.
So I do have a couple of targets that I am definitely hoping to find, and one of them is a complete Cybertron Optimus Prime, because I think that is a cool looking toy. I would definitely like to
Which
come
one's
away
that
with
one?
one of those.
That's not the Power Ranger one.
The fire engine one that has the sticky out wings.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's a really cool toy. But the Siege Galaxy upgrade Optimus is not good enough.
No.
It's just not as good. And the other thing as well is the thing that I'm flip-flopping between that and another thing is Wild King W. They've got the wave at Toy Fu they've announced today, and that stuff really is Power Rangers, and that looks really cool. But it's all imported, and it's not imported at wholesale prices, so it is massively expensive for what it is. So I'm looking at that thinking, which one do I want to get? Yeah. It depends on what's on the shelf on the table at the time when I get there. It's all very exciting. It's going to be the hunt. Looking forward to the hunt. That was hunt with an H. Cool. So we're very excited about TFN. Will is vicariously excited, and Matthew is panicking and anxiety excited. So that's all good. It's brilliant.
I've got the trank dart. We'll be fine.
So if you're going to TFN, we will see you there. Please come and say hello. We would love for you to come and tell us your fan trauma for Transformers. Doesn't even have to be Transformers, but we will be happy to listen to you, to record you, and we'll use the best ones in an upcoming episode of the podcast. But also, we're going to have a little raffle-y prize going on. So, like, the best ones will go into a draw, and there will be a couple of little prizes at TFNation for the best traumatic fan experience. And we're not talking about Hot Rod getting Optimus Prime killed in Transformers the movie. We're talking about personal stuff here, things that you've had to face while collecting in this fandom.
Another person's
come and see us.
I went off to university, and my mum ate all my toys, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. That's the kind of trauma that we want to hear. Real, genuine stuff you should be telling a psychologist.
There will be extra points for clinical details.
Yeah, absolutely. If we have to censor it, brilliant. That's the plan. So yeah, see you there at TFNation. Please come and say hi. We are massively friendly people, even Dan sometimes. And we will say hi back and tell us what you love and hate about our show. But that's TFNation. That's coming up very soon. So, on to today's mini episode. We are talking crossovers, Transformers X, something else. Very exciting stuff. I mean, there's been a lot of good things. There's been a lot of bad things. So, who wants to start us off with a Transformer crossover they think worked really well?
I've always thought that the ones that worked were the ones that had two sides to a scene. So I think the best crossover they've done so far, by a country mile, is the Jurassic Park one, because you had the dinosaur and the van, Dennis Nedry and the dino, whatever the hell it's called, and I think for me it's lacked is where something has just been a thing. So Knight Rider, Top Gun, there was no scene involved, there was no goodie, there was no baddie. There was it's for me the best ones have been the ones where they're a scene. They're a plus and a minus. They're a good and a bad. That for me anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely. Something you can pose and set up, and the Jurassic Park sets really lend themselves to that. I like that the box had like an upturned car for the T-Rex to stand on and things like that. It's very cool. I guess the problem with Top Gun and Knight Rider and those things is who is the baddie. I mean, you could have Car, so it would be basically the same toy again with a slightly different deco for Knight Rider. But who's the bad guy in Top Gun? It's
Bottom Gun.
Go sit in the corner.
Wait.
Think about what you said.
We have that. We have that. Rhinox. The little Rhinox with the Shatling
the
gun.
bum gun. It is called
There
the
you
bum
go.
gun.
There you go. Boom. Sorted. Conflict in a box.
Yeah, so straight away. They should have been packaged with him with a little note explaining it. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. The Jurassic Park set are really good. Anybody else? Has anybody picked up a crossover and held on to it and been like, "This is really cool"?
Yeah,
I have.
Picked up a bunch of them. It might be a bit of recency bias, but Frequency, the Stranger Things collab, is, to me, that's incredible. Exactly what I want out of these crossovers. Really solid alt mode, but actually the bot mode is really well designed as well. Great little gimmicks. He's got his sort of little laser beak 8-track kind of thing going on there. And then the rubber chicken, which less said about the better. Yeah, he's incredible. Absolutely epic. Packed full of character and yeah, just absolutely nailed it, I think.
The rubber chicken works thematically.
It does, even if it's a little bit out of left field.
Yeah.
I got the Sonic the Hedgehog crossover one. And it is categorically, it's dumb. It's such an odd thing to exist, and that's kind of why I love it. I don't want to say it works, because I'm not convinced it does. It may absolutely just be that it works for me. But I've got them currently in vehicle mode, actually, which is very unlike me, because I've got a shelf of Sonic the Hedgehog figures, and I've got one of them at either end. But I that for me is a really fun idea, and I like it, a crossover almost for the sake of it. I will say I think the one that's done it best was is it Ectotron, the Ghostbusters? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that, because that felt like that felt like a high effort. That felt like we've got an in-universe, something that slots in really, really nicely, a little bit of story to it. Absolutely love that. I think that's brilliant. I think that's exactly what it should be. But if that's never going to make sense, Transformers in Sonic the Hedgehog is always going to be a hard sell. Just lean into how weird it can be. And I maintain they look great. They're fantastic. Also, a biplane Transformer is an uncommon thing, and I think he's adorable.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a fan of Sonic, so I didn't pick that up myself, but you're right about Ectotron being really interesting. And the way the equipment on the top turns into the Proton Pack is genius. Absolutely brilliant.
It's genius.
Will, you've kind of had a purge of your collection. Did you have any crossovers originally before you got rid?
Didn't. I will bring my trademark negativity to this topic. I don't like crossovers. In Transformers media or in the toy line, with one exception, that being what I think is possibly the earliest example. I haven't liked Transformers crossover toys since the late 2000s when they did Marvel.
Oh, the Venom car is amazing.
The Venom, the Wolverine, the Hulk specifically.
Hulk tank.
Yep. I think they were fantastic. Equally, all of the Iron Man ones were terrible.
They were.
And the Spider-Man ones, awful. The Wolverine one in particular, I think, is beautiful.
Is that the one? Is that the van? The same
like
mold
a
as
chunky
Captain America?
Humvee.
Yeah, it's I've got the Captain America one.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same car. Fantastic figure.
Yep.
Great figure.
And that is where it peaked and ended for me in terms of crossovers, but that is a personal bias.
Did you not like any of the Star Wars ones?
No, I thought they all looked appalling.
Now the Star Wars ones are my entry for don't do it, not do it, just fix it. Because I actually thought the Star Wars ones, some of them were fantastic. The Death Star is amazing.
That was Vader, wasn't it?
A lot of them were a bit rubbish. Most of the Starfighters were good. The AT-AT is, as I think most people know, the AT-AT robot mode is the worst robot mode of all time. It is absolutely dreadful, and I'm sure Matthew is currently grinning like a Cheshire cat because he is going to explode if somebody doesn't let him talk about scale in a minute. But for me, with the Star Wars thing, I actually loved a lot of them, but it didn't make any sense because they turned into themselves. So the Jedi Starfighter turned into Luke Skywalker. No, it was Obi-Wan or whatever. Yeah, and the TIE Fighter turned into the TIE Fighter pilot, despite actually having a TIE Fighter pilot with it. I wanted the Death Star to be Megatron. I wanted the Millennium Falcon to be, Optimus Prime. I wanted the the yellow Jedi Starfighter to be Bumblebee. I wanted that, and it would have worked, but it didn't. They all turned into themselves. Why would you do that? Such a thing. I don't understand. I'm gonna stop.
Bloody Bumblebee again. The crossovers are always Optimus and Bumblebee.
Yeah, I guess they were just before their time. Like if they came out now, that's exactly what it would be.
I
Either
agree.
that, or you get third party releasing printed.
I think they need the same treatment as Ectotron got. They need an in-universe. Because I think them turning into the characters themselves makes sense. But I would like to see a kind of a slight reimagining of the Star Wars story, but as Transformers. So your Darth Vader would probably be a Super Star Destroyer. Your Stormtroopers would be TIE fighters. I think there's a way of doing it, but I think the kind of everything about it the first time round I remember seeing on shelves and things, and I feel like I should love this and I don't, and I couldn't really put my finger on why.
They were all janky as hell. They were awful.
Oh god, yeah.
Like in terms of engineering and posability and stuff. The only one that I've had experience of is a partial of the Star Destroyer. That one way is the Republic early prequel Star Destroyer, and then it turns into Anakin, and then I don't care, and then you fold it and turn it round, and it's Darth Vader, and then you further transform it, and it's the Imperial Star Destroyer
like
from the
quad
proper
form.
films. Yeah, absolutely.
I actually
And it
quite
doesn't
like
do
that one
any of
too.
the modes well or properly.
But
and
I still liked it.
Yeah, it's okay, but you could never find one that's complete.
No.
You can never find one that's got all the bits, all the lightsaber missiles, and all the rest of it. It is just they all consistently fall apart. There's that toy guy. He's reviewing one of the Jedi Starfighters, and in the middle of the review, he just goes and snaps it into a million bits. It's like, oh, I did not mean to do that. Now I've got, and it just comes apart in his hands. They were not good. No. That being said, Dan, are you a fan of the crossovers? Do you have a particular favourite?
A lot of them end up crossing over with stuff that I don't have any investment in. I've had a couple. I've got Basira Prime, the Macross one. She's quite fun, but he's a bit fiddly. But I think the one I was probably most fond of and still ended up moving on was the JAXA Optimus Prime Moonraver. So that was I think it was like a concept for like a future space raver that he turned into. I just liked it. It was really classy in comparison to like a lot of the crossovers, which just in your face, remember this thing. It's just like, no, we're just going to do a really nice version of this cool concept vehicle. We're not going to give him weapons. He's just an explorer. He's just got a solar panel and a radar. That's all he needs.
It's a really good toy. I've sort of seen yours, and I really wish I'd gotten in on that, and maybe I'll look out for one at TFN because it's such an interesting looking toy. But I think why it works is the reason early Transformers worked is they started with the vehicle mode, and then they said, how can we make a robot out of this? Instead of how can we make a robot that looks like the cartoon turn into a car that also looks like the cartoon. They started with the alt mode and went from that. And it's a really good toy. I really like it. For me, there's so many. I mean, I've collected, because I'm a child of the 80s, so I've got the Top Gun one, I've got the Knight Rider, I've got the Back to the Future. It's hard to pick a favourite, but I think it has to be Gigawatt, the Back to the Future DeLorean. He's a reuse of the Sideswipe mould, but he's got the Goldwing doors, he's got the detailing on the back. He can be from Back to the Future 1 or Back to the Future 2, depending on how you apply the accessories. He's got like the little Mr. Fusion, he's got the rod, the lightning rod from the first film, and he transforms into a Sideswipe looking little time traveller. And he's not trying to be Doc Brown or Marty like the Star Wars ones, where he's his own character. And the accompanying comic's quite fun as well, where he's spoiler alert, he's a Decepticon who changes sides, and then because he scans the time machine, he can now time travel. And it's a very entertaining little comic, but the toy is fantastic fun, and it has a permanent place on the shelf on a flight stand. He's really cool. I like him. Cool. So generally, crossovers, do we feel they hit the mark more often than not, or do they usually just fall short?
I think they're a creature of fashion, aren't they, really? I mean, the Stranger Things stuff coming out was no surprise to anybody. I think they just follow fashion. So I don't know that I'd see them as particularly necessary. But oddly enough, actually, Dan, I am the person who took his Moon Rover Optimus off of him. which is unfortunately in a box because I then took all the Optimuses off the shelf, but I haven't found a place for them yet. But he is lovely. I almost don't see that as a crossover, funnily enough, because it's like a real thing almost, even though it sort of doesn't exist. Funnily enough, I didn't see that as a crossover because it's the ethos of Stranger Things or Ghostbusters or whatever that I see as I just think I don't think there's any real need for the crossovers. I just think it's a fashion thing, especially with the Stranger Things where they're going to bring stuff out because it's trendy. And I don't.
You do get different levels to this, don't you, Ralph? Like, I mean, the Volvo one was technically a crossover, but again, that doesn't feel like a crossover because it's not really a brand. I mean, it's not like, it's not like another franchise that you're kind of going up with. It's just an Optimus that happens to turn into a Volvo.
Well, the Christmas one.
Yeah, it was used for that mold as well, but there was just like a standard Optimus red truck.
It depends on the person, doesn't it? Like, I've got the Sonic ones because I like Sonic. That's really it. It's almost Transformers not aimed at Transformers fans. I'm not interested in buying the 250th anniversary of America crossover because I'm not an idiot. So it's it's a real kind of swings and roundabouts.
I think
is that a crossover? Is that Transformers X USA?
I feel like that's how it was kind of marketed. Yeah,
certainly been presented as
I think he's right. Yeah,
exactly.
I'd looked at that straight away and was like, well, I guess some people will like this. So some of the crossovers are really odd. And you said about trends, Ralph. Frequency came out before the episode. It was definitely revealed before the episodes had aired with the van in. So a lot of people were going, What? This is. I'm sure this will make perfect sense at some point. The chicken is important. It's thematic.
But we didn't know that at the time. Just seeing this random chicken, and I'm just watching Stranger Things, the final season, going, but where's the chicken? Show me the chicken.
I think it got like one episode, didn't it?
Yeah. It's literally blinking and missing.
Yes. So cool. So yeah, I agree of a trend of the time. And you kind of, I guess when they make them, they're kind of banking that there are as many fans of X as there are of Transformers and hoping that we'll go for both of them.
Didn't they become a bit of a legend for a while that they all went down in price? I think pretty much all of them.
Yeah, a lot of them did turn.
Actually, I think with the exception of
such.
Stranger Things, isn't it? Stranger Things is the only one that hasn't plummeted in price very quickly.
It's
because
still
Top
pretty
Gun
new.
did.
Code Red, the first Stranger Things, is on discount in game and things like that.
Yeah, that one dropped.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Frequency's too new.
I just remembered the X-Men X-Jet, which I believe was reduced to the pricely sum of £9.50 in some places because it was horrible.
That's why I picked it up.
I've got it on one of my speakers.
I don't mind.
With Jetfire being on the other one.
Definitely worth a tenner.
The Thew video where he got one, and he's just like, I think this is the bot mode. I don't know if that's probably the bot mode. That's as close as we're going to get, and he kind of that just leaves it. I've never experienced it, to be honest, and it looks.
I did weirdly like that it came with figures of X-Men.
Yeah.
There's something
cute.
really. I don't know. It's almost 90s playset about that. I quite like that.
I think some of them
to scale.
No,
nearly.
I think the one that I've looked at and thought that's really cool. That's a fantastic crossover. Oh my god, look at the price of it. Was the Void Rivals ones, where it came with the little figures, and it had. I think was it Jetfire? Was it?
Jetfire,
but it wasn't even a redeco of Jetfire, was it? It was just Jetfire, wasn't it?
I think it was a mild repaint.
But that was a ridiculous price, basically, because then you everybody wanted the two little figures, which I must look for on the 3D marketplaces actually. But yeah, that was one of the ones where I sort of went, wow, that is a cash grab on that mold. Because and I wasn't impressed by that, but I did think the idea of it was good, but the way they did it was, no, that is a ridiculous amount of money. So I'd forgotten all about that one. But no, back to Will, I thought some of the X-Men ones were great.
Didn't understand why it had accessories for a mini Psylocke, but didn't come with a mini Psylocke.
Did it? What were the accessories?
It's a little pink rubbery plastic thing that is like the effect for her head.
I mean,
she wasn't included in it.
I didn't have a fucking clue who Psylocke was, so I was assuming those were
It has energy effects for the robot itself, which are inspired by Psylocke's energy power, but they look like bone claws from Wolverine. But then the minifigures that come with it also have a little rubbery plastic Psylocke accessory, and Psylocke is not one of the accessories.
In that universe, Psylocke is the X-Jet. So it's,
there we go. Crossover logic explained.
Boom, headcanoned. I do kind of like the idea of Transformers with an X gene.
Well, outliers.
Yeah, literally.
That's how you get Tarn, Trailbreaker, Skywarp, etc.
Okay, I thought that it came with claws for Wolverine and optic blasts for Cyclops.
Didn't come with optic blasts, did it? No. One single
so.
claw for one arm, which looked like a bone claw, but just single, and it was purpley to look like Psylocke's power, and then the other one was like the three-tiered claw, again, purpley Psylocke power.
Oh, okay.
I sort of took that as an energon thing.
And there's a thing that looks like a swimming accessory for the Wolverine figure. That's it.
Looks
like it's wearing a rubber ring.
That's the Psylocke thing that appears on her face when she uses her powers.
Oh, okay.
Which, there you go. You thought it was a rubber ring for swimming. How pointless an accessory.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. 5 minutes ago, you said how much you liked the Marvel crossovers.
I said the late 2000s Marvel crossovers.
I think that's what this is. This is just an insult to you.
I don't like crossovers in media. I didn't know what the agenda was going to be. I didn't know if it was going to be specific to toys. I've got a lot of media crossover stuff up here ready to let loose with, and I fear I'm going to go to bed angry about it.
We're not going to talk about Megatron eating a G.I. Joe person from a platter.
But weren't we talking about things that we would like them to cross over with? Because the only thing I was going to say was Samurai Jack, but then that wouldn't really make a lot of sense at all. So.
The baddies are all robots.
That's a great way to kick us off. So what would a Samurai Jack?
Well, there's a mech, isn't there? At one point, Samurai Jack gets in a mech, and that's the only way I can think. Although there is a lot of robots in Samurai Jack, so you could have Samurai Jack versus a mech that turns into da 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 da. But yeah, I mean, Samurai Jack was amazing. It would be a fantastic to have a crossover figure, but I can see the difficulty in it, possibly due to the fact that a lot of people will go, "Who the hell is Samurai Jack?"
I think if they can do a fox with 9 tails that can turn into, I'm not entirely sure what, for Naruto, and a frog with I don't know, it's got a scroll in its mouth or something. I haven't seen the show. I haven't seen the crossover toy. I think they could manage Samurai Jack. No problem at all.
Surprised they still haven't done a Beast Wars slapper out of that frog.
I think it'll be coming. I think it'll be on the list somewhere because they love a reuse.
They can do a double pack of that and Discharge.
Yeah, Beast Wars Slapper is absolutely someone that Rat Trap calls when he goes home.
Yeah.
God.
And then he gets thrush.
Okay. So then looking at...
What have I got?
Okay, so crossovers we'd like to see. I'm going to hand over to Dan. Dan, what crossover would you like to see in the Transformers?
The crossover I would most love to see is Thunderbirds. I want
that was
a transforming. I want a transforming Thunderbird 2 with a mole Micromaster that turns into a giant drill weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And for bonus points, it should turn into a rescue bot.
I think you fell at the final hurdle.
Yeah, I think it should be one of the rescue bots. I think that's how. But Ralph, you were just saying you don't get how you're supposed to do scenes and stuff. No, you make it into a rescue bot.
But
and that's the perfect crossover,
isn't it?
So I had a similar idea in that, but I would have had, and I tried to draw this, but my computer was unplugged by my very, very small child, so I lost the image sadly. But the Thunderbirds, all 5 of them turning into the Tracy brothers. I had like Thunderbird 5 based a little bit on the way that
scale.
Yeah, there's a way of doing this. Trust me.
Scale.
I want Thunderbird 5. I want Thunderbird. They could all be different sizes. It's fine. I want Thunderbird 5.
Thunderbird 2 is like 50,000 times the size of that little fucking underwater one. Don't give me
No,
that.
he's not. No, he's not. Thunderbird 2 is 150 feet. It's not that big. So Thunderbird 5,
Matthew would know.
kind of in the same way that Cosmos transforms. Thunderbird 2, a little bit in the way that the Ark transforms. Who's the mini-con from the Requiem Blaster who turns into a rocket?
You've really thought about this,
Payload?
haven't you?
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
really
not.
have,
Is
and
it?
I will try. I will try and redo the drawing
Is
and send it to
Payload
all of you.
The
Payload's the carrier.
Yeah, it's not Jetstorm. It's something like
Astroscope
Jetstorm.
is the satellite, and I can't remember the one we
Yeah.
need to know the name of.
Oh, come on,
it's
guys.
literally Skyblast, isn't it?
It might be Skyblast.
Hang on. Carry on.
But that for Thunderbird 3. What's he called? Who's the one? Sea Spray. Retool that for Thunderbird 4. Thunderbird 1 is tricky as hell because he's just another rocket. Trust me, I did a fairly detailed drawing of all of this, and
Jaxus.
I'm telling you this would work.
Jaxus literally turns into Thunderbird 1.
There you go.
It
Boom.
does. Yeah, I'd agree there. Yeah.
This would be because you could do the whole, because they ultimately they are rescue bots, and when I drew them, they had like the torsos of all of them was blue, and they had a kind of a sash in this in all the different colours that the different Tracy brothers have. I will redraw this and I will send it to the group.
I think you have to redraw them, Matt.
Like they were going on a hen do.
Yes.
Big
Also,
Tracy cowboy
Brothers
hat.
are all on a hen do.
just as a follow-up to the crossovers as well, I also want the Captain Scarlet Spectrum pursuit vehicle
Oh yeah.
as a transformer.
Jerry Anderson stuff is still quite popular, and
Yeah.
like especially in Japan as well, because you get a lot of the model kits from there as well.
I think we're more likely to get a Transformers crossover from Takara than we are from Hasbro.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you that it should turn into its own rescue bot. Like it shouldn't be the Tracy brothers like the Star Wars characters did. It should be their own, like I don't know, rescue one or.
Much as they could definitely give them horrifying puppet heads.
Oh God, yeah, and little blue hats. It would look awful. It would look hideous. I think. I agree with you, Dan. And Matt, you're gonna have time to think of your next one. Phil,
All right.
crossovers. What crossovers would you like to see?
Okay, so what have we got already? Ghostbusters. We've got Back to the Future. So what's another classic, all-time 80s film? I'm thinking Aliens, right?
Oh,
Transforming from the APC is probably, into, in my head somehow, that hides all the yellow. He basically turns into the power loader. So he's got like the big grippy things there.
Okay.
Could somehow equip like a pulse rifle. And going to Ralph's point, trying to think of like a 2-pack sort of thing. Have you guys seen the Beast Box toys?
Yes.
52 toys. They've done the Alien figure. It's right there. So just either do a collab or like a brand new one. And I don't know, he could turn into that weird kind of banana ship from like the first Alien film. I don't know. That sounds pretty shite. But
what if it turned into an egg, and then it unfolded out and turned into the Queen from that egg?
it's not a bad shout.
I'm just thinking the drop ship that drops off the APC as well.
That would be also cool.
And it could have
They
like a
both be-
Marini style
The
body, and
Cheyenne.
it could have the cool shades and the helmet that the
Oh,
pilot has.
yeah.
Oh, and the red bandana that would have to be
Yes.
included
Yep.
as well.
Yeah. So like one of them, like the APC could be Hicks, and then the Vasquez. Yeah, the
Yes.
dropship can be Vasquez with the red bandana. Yeah, shit writes itself.
We'll just forget that Sigourney Weaver is the star of all those films, but we'll think of something.
I'm just trying to think, how would you have a robot with a big perm? It's it's much harder than the
doable.
helmet.
It's
and
doable.
stuff.
I'd buy that set. That sounds awesome.
What about you, Jay?
Well, okay. So I had two thoughts on this, but I'm going to go with my favourite one. And you guys, the younger of you, probably haven't even heard of this, or seen it. But it's for some reason has cropped up into my life recently, and it's Airwolf, the attack helicopter 80s action show. I'm actually going to drop some pictures into the chat because this is a thing. It is impossible to photograph this thing badly. Like any angle, any perspective, any viewpoint, it is impossible for this thing to look rubbish. And,
I have the opposite problem.
Chuck them into the chat. There you go. Okay, I've just thrown those into the chat now. So this was based on an actual helicopter. They added bits to it for the action show. And when I was a little kid, it was one of my favourite things ever. It mostly involved communists attacking America and trying to get away in a helicopter, a jet, or a speedboat. And then this kick-ass helicopter with this sociopathic pilot would chase them down and blow them up with the theme tune synth going on in the background.
I only know what this is because you've told me at length about it in our car journeys to and from our meetups.
Honestly, given the chance, this is my hyper focus. This is like the thing that absolutely thrills me. It is so cool. Yeah, I remember you guys talking about how Armada was cool, and unfortunately, my benchmark for cool is totally different. And it's this incredible machine. But what I would want for this, and Ralph, going back to your diorama, your posing, I'd want it to split in two, like the Millennium Falcon that did Chewbacca and Han Solo. Because I'd want both pilots out of the one helicopter. So I'm talking about like a massive leader class, dark grey, white helicopter thing that separates into two pilots. Sorry, I could do literally another hour.
If anyone's ever seen a piece of paper lying on a table, that is how one-dimensional that program was. It literally every time had the same storyline, doing the same thing. With Ernest Borgnine going, "Take a lot more than that, Rock Jack," in the background. So yeah, I'm not.
There was always a bit watching it as a child where I knew the bad guys were doomed, and it was the bit where they were throwing their cases of money into a speedboat or climbing into a helicopter, going, "We've got to get out of here," and it was like you've just signed your death warrant. But yeah, it wasn't deep, and it isn't deep. But when I look at it, it is visually impressive.
The real tragedy is that when it came out, a high-powered helicopter shooting the hell out of like boats in the sea was fantasy, whereas now it's just American foreign policy. So,
cool.
Pick me, sir. Pick me. Pick me.
Will.
I don't like crossovers. I don't like crossovers at all. But I've got one.
Go on then.
Only because I think it makes sense. I genuinely think it makes sense. But I worry not enough people would know what it is. I'm hoping that you'll prove me wrong on that. So, right. Armada is the flavour of the month at the moment. We're getting all the bits that go onto Optimus. Yes, we've already got his trousers. Mm-hmm. There is another bit that will go with it. Because he has a backpack as well. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is it Dora? It's Dora! He wants Dora!
It's Dora. I want Dora the Explorer crossover. Right. So, it's Armada Overload or Energon Ultra Magnus. Yes, the next bit.
Uh-huh.
Put it in your head. It's like a big blue or red, depending on which flavour you've got, framework with a headmaster that turns into a vehicle, which becomes the head. Yes?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah? If you remember the toy.
Still
I'm with you.
Yep.
Some people will remember the toy. The one listener might remember the toy.
I don't remember that in Dora.
Right. I think this would make sense from a financial perspective. Hasbro / Takara. Does anyone remember Magus XLR?
He's just making stuff up now.
Big,
we
tall
love giant
robot.
Robots. You love giant
looks
robots.
just like the Overload figure, but in the Ultra Magnus colour. Take the headmaster, which makes Overload or Ultra Magnus's head. Make it the muscle car that the guy actually drives to pilot the robot. Put that in the headmaster slot instead. There you go. Done. You've got two things. You've got your upcoming Overload and then Ultra Magnus repaint, and you've got a crossover.
So it does.
That's a serious one.
I can't
really
help
cool.
but imagine that this Ultra Magus fella looks like he would be basically movie Optimus.
It's got quite an angular design. The arms are there. The arms are...
He's got the Guy Fieri flames as well.
It's got the flame. It's also got like an 8-ball on it, though, in the middle of the flames. Optimus didn't have that. And it's got a cool red muscle car as the headmaster. Have that come off like the original Overload Toys headmaster. That can turn into the guy that pilots the mech / drives the car in the TV show. You've got your 3 possible toys in one for Hasbro to charge you for, and you've got a crossover in there. I don't like it, even though I like both properties, but it makes sense.
It makes sense. I don't know
agree.
how many people... I mean, I hadn't heard of it until quite recently.
It is a
and
wonderful
I think I just saw...
cartoon from my youth.
I just saw Phil furiously Googling it, I think, there. Have you seen it before, Phil?
Oh yeah, no, I remember. I couldn't remember what the robot looked like, and I was just like, oh yeah.
I'm happy to remain of the theory that it's actually a fever dream that Will had after eating out-of-date yogurt.
As someone who is lactose intolerant, a fever dream is not what would happen to me, Ralph. It would be far worse.
I think potentially that could work. I mean, I don't... It's always the thing with crossovers, like you've just got to hope that the audience is there for them. So I don't think it's done... Some of them have done as well as perhaps they'd hope. Gigawatt showed up in Sainsbury's The Entertainer for like 15 quid this year.
It's £9 at the minute.
But they did release it a few times, didn't they? So, I mean,
Yeah.
people probably got bored of seeing the same damn thing. So I think the numbers of that were probably increased.
Yeah, Transformers fans never get bored of seeing the same damn thing.
More Silverbolt.
It's a
Absolutely.
new hat!
Can I? So if I'm given permission to waffle a little, well, Thunderbirds was going to be my main one, but I've now had to rapidly change that. May I quickly run through my honourable mentions, because I'd love to get some reactions here.
Okay.
Smash it.
All right,
So-
but finish with the one that you're going to talk about.
I absolutely will. So we've already got Sonic and Tails. I think redo one of the motorbikes like Prowl and give us a Shadow the Hedgehog. That'd be great. I think a really easy one would be The Simpsons. There are 2 cars that come to mind. 3 actually, sorry. You could do Homer as the pink car and Marge as the red, or you could have Homer Simpson transform into the Homer, which I think would be fantastic and wildly ugly. The plane from Go Outside, the polka dot biplane, now that we've done a biplane transformer, give us a mini-con of the dog. I think it was
Yes.
Pippin.
Yes,
wait,
Pippin.
hang on.
Yes.
You want Hasbro Takara to invest money in developing a BBC children's TV character.
You saw the
Yes.
reaction in this group chat here. The reaction there was a positive
This is
one.
how we fix society.
The only BBC children's character that has stood the test of time.
I love the reactions.
You're leaving
again.
Ralph behind with this, but Ralph, it was. Did you never heard of Pippin the dog? And the
No.
woman
Go
from
outside.
Open All Hours.
The only
flew the
dog I
plane.
remember is that red one, who everybody knows the first time it did a shit, due to the size of it, it would just destroy a house.
I'm going to barrel on.
Okay.
A really obvious
All
one, Volcanicus. Retool that to the Power Rangers. The original ones. You've already got a Megazord design. I know you've got the weird, oddly coloured knockoff
Don't
one,
pick
which
it
kind
up
of
off the
works.
shelf, Jay. You'll hurt your
Nope,
fingernails.
bad.
Ah.
That's the only Transformer toy I've owned that's drawn blood.
It's wild to me they've never done a TARDIS that transforms into a version of the Doctor. I feel that feels like an easy one.
No, they need to do a Dalek, and they need to have it transform into that one guy from the comics.
Yes.
Again, though, we're so niche here. Like, Disney tried to sell Doctor Who last year, and then they just gave it straight back and said, we can't do anything with this. Like, it would be popular here. Like, if you could, I think there's a couple of 3D printed versions out there already, aren't there?
Yeah.
But it would be so hard to say. And which Doctor? Like,
Well, that's
you
the
need
thing.
to have
That's
13
the thing.
versions.
You could do 13. Maybe it's like a blind bag thing.
A blind
the
bag
Tetrajet-
Voyager class.
Yeah. The Tetrajets that they did for Siege, make one of them into a Raptor
Yeah.
from Battlestar Galactica.
No,
I think do the ice cream van mould that is 2 halves of Skids and Mudflap, but retool it into a little van and make it Wallace and Gromit. Now we're getting to my main 2. as it
Surely
were.
you do the motorbike from Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, the
Yeah,
motorbike would work
sidecar.
too.
And have it turn into the aeroplane. The sidecar turn into the
Yeah.
aeroplane.
A Feathers McGraw Transformers crossover might actually sway me.
Yeah.
There you go. That would be great. Okay, so I've got my 2 kind of main ones here, and they're absolute pipe dreams. The first is Who was the little orange robot who lived in the junkyard and was meant to look after the prisoners in RID, the second one?
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it, right. Fix it. I think that shaping is almost perfect to make a little Segway. Who do I most associate with having the vehicle of a Segway? I want a Paul Blart Mall Cop Transformers crossover where he transforms into a Segway.
I think one of the criteria for a decent Transformers crossover is for the actual thing that it's based on to be funny, and that fails miserably on that
film.
one.
It's fine. It's mostly inoffensive.
And for the record, if you're going to turn Fix It into anything, it needs to be Pingu.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Which could be retooled as Feathers
Are we just robbing the entire CBB's back catalogue for crossover ideas at this point?
So I'm going to hit on my main one now. I apologise, thank you for indulging my nonsense, but this is going to be in my brain a lot. It's not clangers. So the one that absolutely hit me first was, because I've been playing a lot of the remake, was Star Fox. In the same way they did the Turtles, give me an R-Wing that can become one of the 4 pilots, and it's seeing a huge resurgence with the new game. Nope, these weren't my main ones. My main one, retool Bumblebee. I want Mr. Bean. A Mr. Bean transformer that becomes his little green car, and for bonus points, a mini-con of Teddy that turns into an armchair that sits on top of it.
Matthew delivering those words, I feel, would make an excellent T-shirt. Matthew's face, that pose, give me Mr. Bean.
I think we need Matthew as the CEO of the British arm of Hasbro, because that's the only way you're going to see any of these.
Mr. Bean is never not going to be popular.
From a marketing point of view,
he's not popular in America.
I think everybody should understand that marketing-wise, Nintendo brands don't work.
No,
everything that has ever crossed over with Nintendo has died a death.
Lego are making bank at the minute, mostly off of me.
Mario and Sonic.
Yeah, precisely. They just don't. Nintendo and they just don't work as crossovers at all.
See, Jay here is pulling a face that I think means that he knows I've cracked it. Mr. Bean, that could be our $1 million ticket. I think you know, Jay, that that's the big one.
I would buy one for sure.
Yes.
If we're worried about there not being a market for it, though, isn't that just our version of that tacky American Silverbolt repaint? They get that, we get something we like.
Star Eagle.
Oh, what? Yeah. So that's our national treasure.
Yeah, well, give us Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean is a national treasure.
Yeah. Bald Eagles, Rowan Atkinson, same sort of cultural level.
Yeah.
Now make them fight.
I can't think of anything better we've given to the world.
Yeah, I mean, some of those ideas, they're great. I love all of the ideas actually, but the Nintendo one, there's a third party animated style Huffer and Pipes, and
I had it.
They've been redecoed as Mario and Luigi.
I had both once upon a time.
They're really good, aren't
they? I had the
really
Huffer
good
and
little
Pipes,
figures.
and I had the Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But you hate crossovers. So.
I do. I was going through a that looks rare. Grab it. Stage.
Okay, guys. So the things we've talked about, your list, Matthew, is brilliant, but I feel it's too niche. It's as niche as the Naruto thing. Probably more niche than
they
that.
They made the Naruto thing.
I know, but yes, because they're all quite niche, but brilliant. But they are too niche. The thing that I thought as an honourable mention, if I couldn't get my Airwolf, would be a series of James Bond cars that turned into each James Bond that they came from. Nice. The Headmaster Cogman from The Last Night turns into a cool little Aston Martin. There's a whole plethora of really cool cars that they could make into tuxedoed James Bonds with slightly different haircuts.
And ironically, if you were to give the ones with Roger Moore more than about 6 points of articulation, they would actually have more level of articulation than Roger Moore does.
But yeah, you've got Aston Martin, you've got Lotus, you've got BMW, you've got all the different car licenses, and you could just make a whole wave, just Transformers, James Bond, chuck in a couple of gadgets. And on that note, Are there any other honourable mentions for crossovers we would like to see?
Yeah, I had a couple on the same lines. Love those 80s movies. So, Deckard from Blade Runner transforms into the Spinner,
yeah.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really
Mhm.
cool with his iconic pistol. And then slightly more out there, Jaws, hear me out. We've got the boat, which is, I think the boat's called the Orca in the film there.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy who owns it is called Quint. So the robot could be called Quintesson. Could kind of work.
Yeah.
And then Jaws clearly is a Skybite
Sky
redeco.
Jaws.
Mm.
It writes itself.
That'd
That'd be cool. So I think an orca would be interesting, packaged with a Jaws shark of some sort. I think you could just get away with, like you say, redecoing Skybite a bit. Any others? Any ones that you guys have thought of? Or
I think we should have a Warhammer 40k crossover, just because it's getting bigger and bigger and it's getting into everything now.
Oh my god, imagine a rhino. Oh my god.
Yeah, a rhino that turns into a dreadnought, both pretty boxy.
There's land raiders, but there's a load of tanks. There's not actually
Yeah.
there's not a huge amount of vehicles really that are particularly yeah.
I mean, I could give loads and loads of examples, but let's be honest, it's going to be something Space Marine-y. So, Rhino to Dreadnought, I think, is the most obvious choice there.
It's an easy one. I'm still baffled that we have never got I am Amazon Prime.
We
That
have.
feels
Well,
like
was
such a
rumoured,
that
basic-
was what the
Rumoured,
Volvo
and
was
then
going
it
to be,
dropped.
wasn't it?
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
Target.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah, it was going to be Amazon Prime, and then it got nixed or it got changed. Like there was rumours that it was coming out. I think that was when Volvo were involved.
Yeah.
That's
what
what
they
they
Volvoed.
involved.
In Volvo.
Any others?
Terminator. Come on, killer futuristic robots.
Was it
Oh, the Hunter Killer tanks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
a
hunter
good shout.
killers, and also I don't know. You could have like that as like the main one, and then the little one can be those cool little they had like motorbike ones.
Yes, that do the
And,
cool little
from
flips
Salvation.
underneath stuff to catch you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that'd be legendary. Or you
a
could
black
just
Optimus Prime repaint that turned into the T1000,
beat me to it.
and
Exactly.
a Harley Davidson that turned into the T2. Anyway,
I think every iconic vehicle is going to have a market. Like if you did the car from Men in Black that turned into a guy in a tuxedo, people would go for it, and it's universe friendly. The Enterprise from Star Trek, any of them, same thing. I think
Right.
there's a market
How have they
for
not
it.
done that already?
Enterprise.
They did the comic for it.
Yeah, there's already
Yeah.
a Star
Yeah, there is
Trek
a comic for it.
crossover, and Tiberius Maximus would be all right, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's the thing with crossovers. I think it's probably the same problem Takara Hasbro have, which is there are so many options. You know, I mean, I would love to see a green Mr. Bean mini with a little teddy armchair, but I would buy it, and Matthew would buy it, and that wouldn't cover costs. So
I think it would. I genuinely think it would sell. I think Mr. Bean,
you're right.
as the kind of the last true bastion of silent comedy, and has a real kind of global acknowledgement as being something quintessentially English. I think there's a market for it, and if it gets made, Hasbro pay us royalties. It's our idea.
I mean, yeah, we've had that idea. We haven't been involved in any of the design process, but it's our idea.
I'll draw it.
I think on that, like, there's a tendency among fans to overestimate their love and appreciation for something to the rest of the world.
Sure.
So I think, like, we think these things are ubiquitous, and there are people who have the money who will look at you blankly and say, "Why am I giving you cash for this thing?" Same as us with the rubber chicken. You know, it was just like, why is that in there? You know. And same with some of the crossovers too. You know, like there's stuff that we'd look at and not buy. I don't know if Men in Black has the audience that would sell.
Not after the last film.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But talking of crossovers, I am genuinely excited for this, and I know it's crap, but the pictures of the Mystery Machine and the Scooby Doo
Oh,
crossover.
no,
I am
the
so
Scooby-Doo is
excited.
awful.
So
no.
this-
I have it on pre-order.
This fits in with my mega XLR. It's going to already be used for other stuff. It looks exactly like the classics Ironhide and ratchet mould that was then a shattered glass sound wave. It's got the comical feeties, looks like the dumb van from the classics line. There's so much There's so many things that they could turn that into as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got reuse on it, absolutely. But for now, it's got the 4 heads of the
just the
mystery
4 heads,
crew,
not
and
the hair or the ears. Just the 4 heads.
Not the 4
they've
arms.
even thrown in like the neckties and the
the neckerchiefs.
Oh my god! Yeah,
and some weed for shaggy.
I looked at it and just went, yeah, getting that for sure.
I looked at it and just went, no, that is awful. No.
What's wrong with it?
Everything.
Can we have a Wacky Races car?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Could we bring back play features for a Wacky Racers crossover? Because I would want an anthill mob car, but like when you roll it along, little feeties to go like that underneath the car.
That'd be cool. That'd be so good.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer? Why hasn't that been done yet?
Retool Cybertron Overload? Override. That's what I mean.
That'd work. It's halfway there, isn't it? Crossovers really spark the imagination. They're really an interesting concept to go for, and I can see why it's something that Takara and Hasbro keep going back to, and I think it's something we could see plenty of. Yeah. I need to learn how to 3D print now so I can make a Mr. Bean mini, because that sounds amazing. So guys, this has been a fantastic chat, talking about the crossovers, talking about the exciting possibilities that are out there. I'm really interested to see what they're going to be doing in the future, and I will be looking out for them from time to time. I am getting the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. I don't care. I think it looks great. And yeah, hopefully there'll be something there that will drag Will back in as well. Hopefully there'll be some Megas XLR in the future with a tiny car for a head. But in the meantime, we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear, what are your ideas for crossovers? What would you definitely put money on if it was a transforming version of something that you have already seen elsewhere? Something from a book, something from a film, something completely out there. Let us know. We are fanstraumas@gmail.com. We are on Blue Sky, we're on Instagram, and we are on Facebook and Reddit now as well. And you can comment on YouTube and on our podcasts as well. So let us know what you guys think. In the meantime, from me and the rest of the traumatized fans, thank you so much for listening. We will see you at TFNation, I hope, and come and say hello to us. In the meantime, take care, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Look up, look down, look all around. Up in the air and on the ground.